Hello people of YouTube. Today I'm just going to be showcasing my Blu-ray collection. I will also have two more videos at a later time where I'll show off my TV box set collection and my gaming collection, which aren't nearly as big as my Blu-ray collection. But to start off, I have the Jurassic Park trilogy. I got it for $19.99, whereas other places I'll see it as high as $49.99, so it was a really good buy. Next is Back to the Future, that trilogy. I also got this at a relatively cheap price, and I was surprised by how good the movies actually were. Next is another box set, which is not trilogies, but it's just the Kubrick collection, which contains 2001: A Space Odyssey, A Clockwork Orange, and The Shining. Next is the Alien anthology, which I was just amazed by how good these films actually were, considering I think the first Alien came out in 1979. And it was just really well done for a horror film containing aliens for that time and all the special effects that it used. Next is It's Always Sunny, the Christmas special. It's only about 40 minutes, but I really like the show, so it was a good buy, I guess. Not something that I would really watch all the time, though. Next, Horrible Bosses. This is one of the best comedies that I think has actually came out in a while, so that was a good buy. The Artist. I actually saw this in theaters, so when it came out on Blu-ray, I just had to buy it. It was a really great movie. Tim and Eric's $1 Billion Movie. This is a movie which you kind of love or hate, which a lot of people hate it because it's kind of immature humor, but I just think it's really funny, because if you've seen the TV show, the Tim and Eric's Awesome Show, Great Job, I think you'd really like this movie. Battle Royale. A lot of people compare this to The Hunger Games, but it's really just better than The Hunger Games in every possible way. Fight Club. I did not actually see this movie until recently, and when I saw it for the first time, I was just amazed by it. The Star Wars Saga. This is another one where I found really cheap. I see it as high as $120 in various stores, and I got it for $40 on Black Friday, so it was a really good buy. Captain America, not really anything special about it, just Hugo. I know this won a lot of Academy Awards, so I actually have not got around to watching it, so I probably should. The Amazing Spider-Man. I actually like this one a lot more than the, I think it's Sam Raimi trilogy, so this is a really good buy, and if you haven't actually seen it yet. Sherlock Holmes. I saw the sequel, but I actually have not even seen this one yet, so I probably should get around to watching it. Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. This movie is just another one of those movies where I do not get tired ever of watching it, because first I love Michael Cera, and it's just a movie centered around stuff like gaming and comic books, based off of a comic book, so just kind of hits close to home, and it's really good. Thor. Another one of the movies that was just kind of made to lead up to the Avengers, but it was really well done, and I was never really a Thor fan in the comics and everything, but this movie just kind of brought a new depth to the character. The reason for the weird casing with these movies I'm about to show is I got them from Blockbuster when they were going out of business, so they were really cheap, but these were the rental cases. But this is 500 Days of Summer, and it's a really good movie, and I'd recommend it to about anyone. Nick and Nora's Infinite Playlist, another Michael Cera movie, and it has Kat Dennings, I think that's how you pronounce her name, but it's pretty good on the first watch, but then kind of dies down a little bit. It's not something I really rewatch all the time. Slumdog Millionaire. I have seen this movie probably about like 5 or 6 times, and it's still good every time I watch it. It's just an incredible movie, and I'd recommend it to anyone. It's kind of a funny story. I saw the movie first, but after watching the movie, I wanted to go back and read the book. If you haven't read the book or movie, I'd recommend both, but the book is surprisingly better. Star Trek. I bought this recently just because I knew that Star Trek Into Darkness is going to be coming out very soon. I think it's actually in about a week. And I kind of wanted to get into it since J.J. Abrams is going to be directing the Star Wars sequels now. So I thought I'd see what his more recent work was like, and I was surprised by how good it was. The Boy in the Striped Pajamas. I got this movie for $5. It's nothing special, but if you do watch it, be prepared to cry. No Country for Old Men. This is just another movie that I bought without ever seeing. I heard good things about it, and I'll just talk about it in another video. Also, I will be reviewing most of these movies, so I'm not really going to go into too much detail about whether I like them or not, but I'm just going to give a basic overview. The King's Speech. This was on Netflix, and I watched it just because I had heard good things about it, and it won multiple Academy Awards. I believe it won Best Picture. And I was just... I don't even know how to put into words how good this movie was. It was just amazing. All of the actors did everything perfectly. Okay. The Descendants. Over the summer, I was on a plane flight in Egypt, and this movie was in the movies that I could have watched on the flight, and just randomly decided to watch it, and it was really good. George Clooney is always really good in everything he does, and I can't remember the actress who plays the daughter, but she did a really good job as well. Okay. Cabin in the Woods. This is just a movie that I had heard great things about, and I really wanted to see, so I bought it at $15, and it was really just my favorite horror movie now, so recommend that. Inglourious Basterds. This is actually the first Quentin Tarantino movie that I'd ever seen, and after I watched that, I went out and bought a bunch of his movies, so I'd highly recommend this. Okay. Das Boot. This is a German movie, basically outlining a U-boat trip during World War II, and it takes a while to get into, and it's 3 hours long. I still haven't watched the whole thing, but what I did watch was really great. Just good writing. Adventureland. I got this one for $3.99, so it's a good movie, nothing spectacular. It has a good cast, besides Kristen Stewart. She's kind of bland in the movie too, but other than that, for $3.99 it was a good buy. Kick-Ass. I was not really thinking I would ever get this movie, because I heard good things about it, but I just wasn't really all that interested. But when I heard they were coming out with a sequel, I just bought it, took a chance on it, and it was really good. 28 weeks later. This movie, either this or Cabin in the Woods is my favorite horror movie, because it kind of redefines what exactly a zombie is. Zombies, they're not in this movie, but they kind of are, and I prefer this one over 28 Days. Okay, The Dark Knight. All I can really say, because this movie really deserves a review on its own, is it's a phenomenal movie. I've got about 10 more movies to show. Okay, Drive, with Ryan Gosling. This movie is what really convinced me that he was just a phenomenal actor. I mean, before I had seen him in, I think it was The Notebook, and he was good in that. I was convinced that he was really just a figurehead for teenage girls at that point, but this convinced me that he was actually a really good actor. Okay, The Outlaw Josie Wales. I just kind of got this because I saw it for $3, and I needed a Western and Clint Eastwood movie. I still haven't watched it, which I'm kind of ashamed to say. I'll probably be doing that very soon. Okay, Watchmen. I'd highly recommend this. It's my favorite superhero movie of all time. I'll be doing a review on that, definitely. Okay, Batman Begins. My favorite movie out of the Christopher Nolan Batman trilogy. Inception. You really can't even describe this movie within 10 seconds like I've been doing the other movies, so I'll leave that for another review. Public Enemies. Honestly, I heard good things about this movie, but when I tried watching it, I got kind of bored and turned it off, so I'll need to rewatch that another time. Okay, X-Men First Class. By far better than any of the other X-Men movies, especially X-Men Origins Wolverine. I still need to get the first X-Men trilogy, but this one is just phenomenal, especially with Michael Fassbender's performance as Magneto. This one, the Incredible Hulk. I really wish that they would have kept Edward Norton for the Avengers as the Hulk, but I just think this Hulk is a lot better than, I can't even really remember his name. V for Vendetta. This is another one where I just bought because I heard it was great, and it turned out to be really great. It's one of my favorite movies now. God Bless America. This one is made by Magnet Studios, I think, and they always just really put out great movies. They put out Goon, which is another movie I'd highly recommend, but it's kind of plot heavy, and preachy at some points, but it is a really good movie. Contagion. I was really interested in the whole bio-disease epidemic, so this movie really interested me, and I got it for $9.99. Okay, the last movie. Well, movies. I got a Quentin Tarantino box set, which contains about 8 movies. It has Jackie Brown, Pulp Fiction, True Romance, Kill Bill Volume 1 and 2, Death Proof, Inglourious Bastards, and if I remember correctly, I think that's it, if I said 8 even. But that is all of my Blu-rays. My collection is ever expanding, and pretty soon I'll likely make a gaming collection video and a TV box set video. They aren't as big, and I'll likely be reviewing each of the movies that I just showed you guys. So just subscribe, like, share if you're at all interested in seeing these.